Okay, now we're on to 1971. Kicks off with Cliff. Let's have a look. Check that's January, because like I say, these aren't necessarily in the right order. Have a closer look. On zoom in. Not to Cliff's forehead. I want to look at the date. January the 30th, 1971. So it's kind of in the right order, but the wrong end of January. Okay, let's motor on. So Cliff Richard, full great picture. Looks like he's got a good tan there. Santana phone from America. Tom Jones concert tour dates. Creedence Clearwater. Holiday and Jethro Tull. Ian Anderson there playing his flute. Looks like Jimi Hendrix playing guitar with his teeth. Mixtures fly in. Andy Williams. Old man. Forget his name. Young man, old man. Jethro Tull. Oh, that's next week. I can't read fast enough. T.REX climbed on. Paul McCartney, Paul on his own, or is he? Glenn Campbell, Gilbert O'Sullivan, Black Sabbath, Motown Decade, Moody Blues, Equals, Andy Williams. Oh, goes too fast. Stevie Wonder, Curved Air, Bee Gees, Kinks, Andy Creedence, Curved Air, yeah. Stevie Wonder, yeah. Great one of George Harrison there. Double Top, George, mixed his Bad Finger, Leon Russell, Glenn Campbell, Hank Marvey, Johnny Winter, Sinatra, Martin, Jimmy Savile, Elvis, McGuinness, Mungo, Jerry, Stevie Wonder, Martha and Vandellas, Judy Collins. Another award for Elvis. 4 new Stones dates set. Great one of Paul McCartney and Linda. Paul and Linda Listen. Engel tour dates. Mixtures, Ray Davies, Janis Joplin, Curved Air, Pete Perry, Como Down, Equals, Weathermen, Fame Price, Mungo Do It Again, great one of Mick Jagger there, Stones Tour, Rumpus, Neil Diamond exclusive, Neil Young, Tony Christie, Frankie Valli, Chicken Shack, Marmalade, Badfinger, Wishbone, Elton John, that's a great one of Elton, Rooster Leaps 11 places, Deep Purple, yeah, Inside, Purple's John Lord in Depth, Beatles Demise, Preacher Cliff, Partridge Family, Rear page, The Stone Age, The Rolling Stones, out now available. Okay. Come on. Move. Mick Jagger, another great picture, fantastic. Mongo Jerry, Deep Purple, Jethro Tull, Paul Simon, Jagger the Super Baddie. More Stones pictures inside. Well, Plastic Ono Band again, yes. Power to the People, John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band on Apple Records. Open your box. Tom Jones eating a banana, by the looks of it. Paul Simon, Paul McCartney hits #1. Atomic Rooster, T.REX, Lynn Anderson, Birds, James Brown. Fantastic one of Mark Bolan there. Deep Purple, Jethro Tull, T.REX top chart. Why Melanie Gave Up Hope. Ringo Starr joins the Beatle chart chase. Neil Diamond. Fantastic one of John Lennon there. Melanie, Cloda Rogers, CCS, Diamond, Ashton, Elvis film dates. Beatles John catches up with Paul. Cliff Richard's controversial something or other. Elton John and who's that man? I've never seen him before. Elvis. Famous impresario warns pop groups. Rear page there of the Rolling Stones' new album, Sticky Fingers, out now. Great one of Ringo Starr. They've got some fabulous pictures in 1971, haven't they? 2 hours after this picture was taken, Jerry Spencer disappeared. Stones in France, Creedence, Deep Purple, The Who, yes. Mozart Mania, 10 years of Stax, Faces, Rags to Riches, T.REX tour data, Neil Diamond visits. History is the length and shadow of a man. Mark, Don and Mel have just cast their longest shadow. I don't know what to make of that. Great one of Ringo, I suppose. Band, Miles, Groundhogs, Jackson 5, Bell Stars, Elton John, Jerry Monroe, Jack Bruce, Paul McCartney, Ginger Baker, Mungo Jerry, Lady Rose. In the summertime when the weather was fine. That's an interesting one. Emerson Scoops Enemy Musicians poll. Mick Weds in Church. East of Eden, Chicago, Diamond, Herman, Elton John. Tom Jones sings "She's a Lady" just like that. He does it. You like that? I'm sure you didn't. No more impersonation, Steve. Right, what we got here? Blood, Sweat and Tears, phone from America. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Clapton or Hendrix. Who's been voted #1 best guitarist? Elton talking. Sonata talks to the enemy. Bird, Rita Coolidge, Marmalade, Black Sabbath, Paul McCartney exclusives. Jagger, Plant, Lennon, Young, Cocker, Stills, Dylan. Which singer have top? The final chop, or Beatles splitting up, doing their own thing. No appeal against their trial to dissolve the Beatles. Santana free. Dave and Ansel Collins at Mongo Jerry. British TV turns down the Stones. Shock story on news pages. Tony Christie leaps into the top 10. Led Zeppelin put down America. Alice, a name that hopes to shock you. Alice Cooper. Tarkus, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Bit ragged at the top, but you know, these magazines are very old. Free's farewell album. Oh, that's great. Great one of Free, isn't it? Yeah, Paul Cossop, Andy Fraser, Paul Rogers, Boz Berrell. Yeah, 2 free concerts in one. Rear page, obviously. BB King question and answer. Steve Winwood on Future in Traffic. Deep Purple year in album chart. Mungo Jerry, Trems, Mounted Man, Fairport Convention. Keith Richards, that's a fantastic one of Keith Richards. I like that a lot. With a Newman mic behind him. ELP, Middle of the Road, Family, Mary Hopkins, Deep Purple, Curved Air, Tom Jones in Las Vegas. Great one of Yoko and Ono. Lennon on The Trouble with Paul. Moody Blues, Procol Harum, Tremolos, Lincoln Festival, Creedence TV, spec dates fixed. The Who, brilliant picture of The Who. There's some great pictures in 1971, isn't there? Moody Blues album, new album chart. Humble Pie, Sweet. Mad Moon's Party. Ringo George on stage again. Oh, I love that one of the Sweet. Yeah, this was my era. Deep Purple tour dates. Rooster, Upheaval, Fleetwood, Peter Noon. Creedence set 4 concerts. Beatles talked themselves into record contracts. Andy Williams series axed. We all cry over that, won't we? Blood, Sweat and Tears, a new album. New Pop Messiah, Reading Pop Festival. Is that James Taylor? I think it is, isn't it? Who's it? Moody's suppressed single. Mick Jagger slams album, but we can't print comments. Elvis World Tour. 8 page looks a bit. Rooster, Rory Gallagher, Who, Pioneers, Lobo, Seekers, Diners, Big Weast, Diana Ross, McGuinness, Yes, Straubs, Split Shocks, Brian Jones album tours by who we're looking at here. Deep Purple new album, Jackson 5, New World, Marmalade, Family Plan, Ginger Baker, Lash Out, BB. Oh, brilliant one of Mark Bolan. Shame about the Foxes down the page, top of the page, but I love that action shot. Brilliant. I love Mark Bolan to death. Led Zeppelin. Zeppelin now. Tom Jones Home, Dylan Mystery, Fortunes, Fleetwood Mac, Oval Concert. First of a 2-part in-depth. 10 years after tour sellout. Return of the Everlys, Curved Air, James Taylor Scare, when Rod Stewart was sacked. Hazelwood talks about Frank Answer. T.REX tour dates, Creedence, John in Depth. Rod Stewart, Lennon's new album, Moody Blues, Deep Purple. Yeah, another decent one of Rod there. Wheatley, a one-group festival. Diana Ross, Jethro Tull, the Pioneers. Clark splits from the Hollies. Redbone tour next month. Crosby, Stills and Nash. Judy Collins, Four Tops, Doors, Jethro Tull. Wishbone, Ash, Problems have a good reputation. Crosby, Stills, Nash. Crosby, Nash tour. Nick Logan with Jethro in America. Feliciano, Wishbone. Engelbert, Santana, Canned Heat, Redbone. Harrison, 6 shows. Is that Pete Townsend in midair again? Who tour preview? I think it is. Rod, chart sensation. Love that picture. The Thames flying. Keith Moon file exclusive. Who launched London Rock Centre? Neil Diamond heads US invasion. Stevie Wonder and Blood, Sweat and Tears. Jimmy Webb, Laura Neo, Lee Lewis. Stones tour plans. Zappa, Cher, Congos, Move, and more. Jagger talks to NME. Paul's wings clipped. Supremes. Paul Linda's Wildlife. Sonny Cher here for March tour. Rainbow Festival. Redbone exclusive. Slade for sale. Oh yes, Slade. That's my era. Yeah, Santana split mystery. Tour news: Stevie Wonder, Leonard Cohen dates, Moody's, Sabbath cancellations. Supremes, Christopherson. Great one of Elton there. Engelbert, Student, Prince, Procol Harum's new album, Stone Ground. Yeah, George Harrison there. Bangladesh set rushed. Faces, Sabbath, new tours. Can't speak. 10 years after British tour set. Bolan solo on benefit album. Paul Simon, Seekers, Cliff, Bassey. Oh, and that must be the end of it then. Okay, so let's escape that. What's happened there? Oh, it's because I was looking at a blank page. So let's have a little look what that blank page told us. Oh yes, so 2 copies of this were missing, so there are only 50 copies. I did have them, I have no idea where they've gone. They'll be buried amongst 1990s copies or something stupid, so they will probably show up in the next week or two. But for the time being, we only have 50 copies here. 2 missing from December, sadly. Okay, shame when it was a complete set. There you go.